Today, we are diving deep into ChatGPT. And the goal here is pretty simple. We're going to give you the core skills and workflows to take your results from kind of generic to genuinely actually useful. So let's get right into it.
So does this feel a little familiar? You ask ChatGPT for something, and the response you get is, well, it's fine, it's okay, but it's bland, it's generic, and it's just not quite what you needed, right? You're not alone, and it is a super common frustration.
And here's the heart of the issue, laid out right here. The vague input on the left, something like write a marketing email, that's basically a recipe for a generic, boring output. But look at the specific one on the right. We've defined the word count, the topic, the audience, and the tone. That's going to lead to a much more useful result. The difference is really night and day.
And that brings us to the main idea for this whole explainer. The problem isn't that the AI isn't smart enough. Nope. The problem is that we aren't telling it what we actually want. So if you want to improve your results, you've got to improve your input. It's that simple.
So let's focus on that. Let's focus on mastering the prompt. Honestly, if there's one thing you're going to master, this is it. It is the foundation for getting everything else right.
An effective prompt really just breaks down into 4 simple principles. First, be super specific about what you want. Second, give it context, like who are you and what's the goal here. Third, tell it the format you need. Do you want a table, bullet points, formal paragraph? And fourth, and this is the one most people miss, iterate. Don't just take the first answer it gives you. That last point about iteration is so crucial. You should really think of your interaction with ChatGPT less like a search engine and more like a conversation. That first response? It's just the beginning. It's your starting point. Use follow-up commands like make it shorter or add more detail here to really refine and perfect the output.
So these are the big traps to avoid. Just taking that first response as the final answer, being way too vague, not giving any context, and, this is a big one, starting a whole new chat instead of just refining the one you're in. If you can just avoid these common mistakes, you are already way ahead of the game.
Okay, so once you've mastered the art of writing a single great prompt, the next level is to make ChatGPT feel less like some generic tool you found online and more like a personalized assistant who actually knows you. And you do this with a feature called Custom Instructions. This thing is a total game changer. Basically, you set up your preferences one time and ChatGPT will remember them for every single new conversation you start. No more repeating yourself over and over again.
Here's how it works. You give it 2 sets of instructions. The first part is all about you, your job, your industry, what you're trying to do. The second part is about how you want it to respond, with a certain tone, a specific format, or a particular style. Setting this up takes maybe 5 minutes, but it can save you hours down the road.
And you know what? It's not just about text anymore. Another really powerful feature is the ability to upload files. You can drop in a 50-page PDF and ask for a quick summary. You can have it analyze a spreadsheet for you, or you can even ask it questions about an image you upload. It's become incredibly versatile. Now let's start putting all these skills together. Because the real power, the real magic, comes from combining better prompts, custom instructions, and file uploads into practical workflows that actually save you time every single day. Here are 4 areas where you can get an immediate return on your time. We're talking about drafting emails, getting ready for meetings, doing research, and even just learning new subjects. These are all things we do constantly, and AI can make them way more efficient.
So let's just look at a super simple email workflow. Step 1, you give it the context. Step 2, you get a really solid first draft back. Step 3, you refine it with simple commands, and in less than a minute, you've got a polished email that's ready to send.
Oh, and for meetings, here's a fantastic pro tip. After a meeting, just upload your messy, raw notes, no need to clean them up, and ask ChatGPT to pull out the action items or draft a quick summary email. It is an incredible time saver. Now this might be the most important slide in this entire presentation. You have to remember that ChatGPT can just make stuff up and it will sound completely confident while it's doing it. This is a real thing. It's called hallucination. So the rule is simple. Always verify any important information before you use it.
So, with all that said, where do you go from here? Let's map out a clear path forward so you can keep building on all these skills.
A really common question is whether the paid Plus version is actually worth it. Well, it gives you unlimited access to the best models, it lets you create your own custom GPTs, and it offers priority access when things get busy. But that said, the free version is still incredibly powerful all by itself.
And here's the honest take, based on the source material. The free version of ChatGPT is so good now that most people simply don't need to pay for a subscription. You should only really consider upgrading if you're a super heavy user and you find yourself constantly hitting those usage limits.
And to make all this stick, here is a simple 4-week plan. In week 1, just get comfortable having conversations with it. Week 2, set up your custom instructions. Week 3, start applying it to your real work. And in week 4, you can start experimenting with more advanced techniques like role prompting. That's where you ask the AI to act as a specific person, like a professional editor or a skeptical customer.
So that brings us to the end. The real question now is, what are you going to do with all this? When you look at your own daily tasks, what's the first workflow? Is it email, research, meeting prep? What's the first one that you're going to transform?